Hey, I'm Maddie Haas.
Hi, my name is Brett Harris.
Hi, I'm Caden Braddock,
And I'm Merrick Cyberling.
and you're watching
The Disney Channel!
Hi, my name is Mason Woodman.
I think I would have to say extreme winter of 2018, mostly because I think that was the trip that got me most connected with people I've never really been connected to, especially Justin, because that was when I really got to know him on more of a personal level, and it felt kind of cool being a leader of a room.
This really isn't a youth event, but the R8 campouts were always really fun to me. A lot of good memories.
Probably Disciple Now.
You sure you don't want to go first?
I got this. I'd have to say D Now 2020. It was a great spiritual experience. We had a lot of great moments. I had a lot of fun with Nathan and my whole group. Had a great leader. And karaoke at 4 a.m. Pretty good.
Personally, I enjoyed the senior summit at the lake. There were very few of us, but I think overall we all just enjoyed ourselves and had a great time.
A lot of whiplash and a lot of almost death moments, but that's okay.
Woo!
Seeing everybody on Sunday mornings is always really fun. We always had a really good time, especially with all the teachers, talking to everybody.
I'd say definitely the fellowship of it, everybody getting to hang out in one spot. I really feel like we've come a long way since I was back in 6th grade. I feel a lot more involved, and I feel like with the new youth center, everybody's a lot more connected than we ever have been. So I'd really miss the community.
I would have to say playing guitar on stage in front of everybody, playing worship music for God, maybe leading others to Christ if that's what led them to it. I'm not sure, but it was a good time.
For me, it's definitely spending the time, honing my skills and making sure I'm in front of everyone to whoop Justin smash. Because honestly, that is the joy of my week.
Because that's somebody that can't dodge.
Exactly. Man doesn't even know how to shield. Disgusting.
Sunday school with Hannah and Destiny and all the girls in there, and events with all the younger girls.
I would say surround yourself with other Christians. Find those friends that'll encourage you to stay on the right path.
Yeah, because if without that, it's so much more difficult, it's more difficult to stay on the path that you need to be on, and it's so much easier to stray away from what you need to be as an individual.
Frank Watts would always take a story from his past and relate it to the lesson on Sunday mornings, and all just to how to follow God.
I feel like since I've been in youth, we've had a lot of community events, and that's been really good, getting to reach out to the community.
I think one of the biggest things that stuck out to me was when Dorman Grace, he said a quote that he probably doesn't even remember saying, but he said, "Mercy is not getting what you do deserve, but grace is getting what you don't deserve." And that's probably one of the biggest things I've ever remembered from any of my church history.
Destiny Vice and Hannah Real, because they're just, if you know them, you love them. And they're super great mentors.
I'd have to say Frank Watts. He was very down to earth, and I feel like out of all my teachers I've ever had, he's really been able to connect with us. He was very realistic, and it really felt like he understood the teenage mind of the days now.
Back when I was still at Northside a lot more, back in 6th grade, I had somewhat of a mentor named Garrett Prestridge. He spent a lot of time with me and helped me grow in my faith as an individual, and spent a lot of time with me even though he was a senior and I was still very young in my faith.
I would have to say Dorman Grace. He's somebody who, before he was a Christian, he really talks about how that is an example of what you shouldn't be. And then after he was a Christian, he's one of the greatest examples I've ever seen as a Christian.
Mr. Dorman, he's had my back all these years, and I can't thank him enough.
It was back in 7th grade when we first got into Dorman Grace's room. And he bet us all that he could stand on his head. None of us believed him, and sure enough, he did.
Sorry, Destiny. When Destiny Vice's dress ripped in front of everyone at breakfast, and she had to walk back to the Sunday school classroom.
Anytime a new kid would come into our Sunday school class, Mr. Dorman would ask if they were a believer or not, and he would end up standing on his head.
I would have to say swinging from the I-beams in the garage after our pretty much last real day of having a Wednesday night. We just were stupid and having fun, and we had everybody involved that stayed after all that.
For me, it's when we took time to go out to the natatorium and the surrounding area and play manhunt, and just the amount of fun that everyone had that day, just running around and just tagging. And one of the last games, I got close and I had to dive in just to touch base, just barely missing everyone around me. And it was honestly one of the most fun times I've had in a long time.
Remember, kids, if you ever play manhunt, don't run, make a strategy.
It's very important, very.
I think I'd have to say Dewey. He's always really connected with me well, and you know, when he was first coming, he was a little shy, just like me, so I guess that reminded me of myself, because I didn't really open up until I met some of the older guys, and then I really connected with them. But he's always shared common interests, and he's always been a really cool guy.
Definitely Joseph Carroll. He's a little ball of chaotic hooligan energy, and I love it. It's amazing.
I'd have to say Mac Moody. He has the weird energy that makes no sense and will do anything if somebody tells him to.
Molly Kate Burns, because she plays softball and she's just athletic, I guess.
Murphy Lee, because we have a lot of similarities in some ways, and we're involved with the same people, so.
Just be where your feet are and always put the Lord first every day in your life.
Stay in church. It's the best thing that can ever happen to you.
Involve yourself in as much as you can. Being around those people that care and spending time with them allows you to get closer with them and, just further your faith in Christ. And it just overall is a benefit for everyone.
I'd have to say, don't be stupid. That's a big, great ball of advice. Don't be stupid, and just don't make everything about yourself. Make things for God. Do what you do for God. That is the best piece of advice you can ever hear, and there you go.
I think it'd really just be trust in the Lord always. Because, I know it sounds, like, well, that's easier said than done, and times get bad, but sometimes all you can do is trust. And whatever's happening, whatever's you're going through, He will have better plans for you. So all you can do is just pray and keep Him in your heart.
Have fun in high school while you're there.
See you later. It's been fun.
I will probably see all of you in the future eventually, but for now, bye-bye.
Bye, y'all. Bye!